EP Structure did drop pretty recently. It's a bit of a, I guess you could call it a soundscape in many ways. Talk us a bit into the process of that, and sort of, are there any challenges, especially when it is sort of that instrumental side of things? Is it ever challenging to sort of put together that journey without lyrics at all?
Yeah, look, for a long time I tried to write lyrics to music, and every time I did it, I thought the music sounded shitter. So this was the first time I'd actually just gone through and, with the purpose of writing solely instrumental music. And I think just getting rid of that crutch of being oh, now I have to put vocals on top of this really helped just let me pursue the song itself and just do all it, the structure of every song. That's kind of why I called it structure. I just was learning to write song structures, basically. It was just basically a kind of a lesson to myself of how to write music without lyrics, and I had a pretty fun time doing it.
Yeah, man. Well, I've actually been jamming a lot this week, to be honest. So, and I guess when you are performing live, there is, a lot of things going on. So talk us through how you actually, perform that live. When it's just you, is there a lot of loops going on, or, talk us sort of through the technical side? Yeah,
so I watched a lot of videos on YouTube of how to do it. A lot of Ableton Live School things, watching I think the best one was, there was a video of how Rufus, or Rufus de Sol now, translated their stuff into a live situation, and kind of copied that a lot. So it's mostly a lot of the core elements just playing from an Ableton Live project file, and then I try and play most of the lead lines myself. So a lot of guitar parts, a few just MIDI keyboard synths, and then I have a little Teenage Engineering OP1 thing that I just muck around on as well. So yeah, it's mostly just me playing guitar over the top of a bunch of stuff, which is really fun to do.
You're a multi-talented man. You can play pretty much any instrument under the sun.
I try.
But the question is, what was the hardest to learn for you? What took you ages to sort of get down track?
Oh, that's tough. I did. So I grew up playing the cello, and that is the most difficult instrument I can play, and I played it for 15 years. I've stopped playing it now, but a really hard one is actually slide guitar. Yeah. I can never get that right. With a metal slide, it sounds shit when I play it, so I choose not to.
Yeah. I mean, if John Butler makes it look easy, it's really hard.
Yeah.
But that's all the serious stuff down. But what we'll do, I've got the little... I didn't bring a bowl to put my shit questions in, so I've given it a pencil case. But if you want to have a ruffle through, pick out a couple. You might get stitched up here, but, we'll see how we go. What have you got there?
Singles are more important than albums in 2018. Discuss.
Oh, you've got... so for everyone watching, that's probably the most serious question in the lot. But, what are your thoughts? Singles are more important?
I disagree. I'm all about albums. I like a single. It's a good way to get into an artist and the first thing, but really just listening to a whole 40 minutes of someone's artwork is pretty great. Yeah. I'm really more of an album person than a singles guy.
No, I'm exactly the same, don't worry. I always find that you listen to the single and it's catchy, but then you get to the album and it's
sort of cheaper almost.
Yeah. The album's good. The single's good, but then the album, there's always that better song on there.
Yeah.
But no, I'm glad we agree there. I'll let you pick a couple more before we wrap up. But
Sophie's choice. If you had to remove one of your own songs from the catalogue, which would you choose? Ooh. Oh, that's tough.
That's why it's Sophie's choice.
Songs to choose. It'd probably be my first single, actually. It'd be Loop. I don't know. I've listened to it so much now. I like the other songs better, and it's actually my least favorite one to play live. So.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, Sophie's choice done, and one more, and then we'll wrap it all up. What have you got?
if you were to delete a genre from the history of music, would you rather it be punk rock or hip hop? Punk rock. I love it.
Really?
Hip hop's great.
Okay. Fair enough. See, that's hit me hard there. But no, I understand. Why is that? Who's the hip hop influences then?
Like, I guess early slow-mo was like hip hop beats. And just, yeah, all that like instrumental hip hop stuff. Like, I've been getting really into like that lo-fi hip hop scene. But yeah, like, who doesn't love a bit of Kendrick and stuff like that?
But thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Corduroy Boy at Big Sound. So yeah, cheers.